Hello, 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 and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that bell, tell a friend. Okay, so on the docket today, we have Thousand Pound Best Friends Season 2, Episode 3, Carry On, Wayward Son. All I know is that in addition to Jackie not coming to my house, Jacob on his way out too. That's just my opinion.
Mm. No, I got
Jamal, what do
you.
you think?
I mean, it's just this way of living has been ingrained in him. So for him to
Mm-hmm.
automatically be on board with, you know, just switching is not going to happen, especially for a teenager. In my opinion, what needs to happen is that it's up to Vanessa to ensure that she's only having the foods that she wants him to eat in her house.
However, I think the statement that he said that got me a little infuriated was when he said, I'd rather be at home on the couch playing video games. He's 20, 21.
I thought he was 18. 18, 19. I thought he just graduated high school.
Okay, but what job do he have? You
Okay,
could not be sitting
see,
down or laying down in
see.
my house, 500 fucking pounds, and playing video games. Not today. Nope.
Uh,
Nope.
uh,
Nope.
when he said that, I was like, excuse me?
And you
Okay,
telling me that he's 18 is making it even worse?
as
Because
of
no
as
18-year
of
old is going to be saying that to me.
as of January 8th, 2022, Jacob was 18 years old.
Okay, so what you doing with your life? Don't tell me video games neither.
Now, hold up, now. They got leagues for folks who play video games and make millions of dollars a year. But that
But
being
that's not
said,
Jacob. That's not
I was just
Jacob.
about to say that. I was about to say that. Like you playing Mario Kart is not gonna get you. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
And I'm gonna need Jackie not to come back to my house anymore because she creeped up in there with that big old bag. And where was the McDonald's on it? Cause that was purpose work. She came with a
Mhm.
switched out bag,
Mhm.
and your little skinny butt is eating that huge grocery bag full of food. I
I
think
have a
not.
question though.
Mm,
It's very interesting. Because did you notice that? I think you just mentioned it, but I want to say that bag was plain, right?
mm-hmm. That was production.
And okay. And that was plain. You noticed that that was Wendy's.
That
Those were
was
McDonald's fries.
McDonald's. That was
But
McDonald's.
The frosty was Wendy's because I saw the little red hair in the circle blurred out. So she
So
made
she went
two
to
stops.
two stops. That was purpose work on her part and on
Hmm.
production. And it was to get Vanessa activated because I agree with Yanni. It was production with their hand playing in it. But when Vanessa said, why can't she love my child like how I love my child or how you love hers?
Right.
That's because she don't love you or your kids. Jackie don't love you. If
Mm-mm.
she did, she wouldn't be trying to kill y'all.
Okay, let's talk about that. Was it me or did Jackie come off as extremely jealous and bitter?
Yeah,
Like
wait, did you see when she
she,
was hugging her? I
yeah,
used the nice picture, but I caught another frame where she was cringing. Everything that she said to Vanessa was a lie.
yeah. I didn't believe any of it.
Mm-mm.
She seemed mad that Vanessa was losing weight, and it was
Yep.
because I bet you it was easier to manipulate Vanessa while she's in her like we'll say overweight stage. I don't know how else to put it.
Listen,
It's just
listen.
weird.
It was it was an emotional. imprisonment that she was doing to that woman, because you heard what she said in her confessional. I don't like it that she thinks that she had to get away from me in order to lose weight. And then
Right.
she says something about how um like now I don't know what I, like I don't have to do everything for her.
Right.
She has to do it for herself, as if it's a bad thing. Vanessa
Right.
should want to clean up after herself, feed herself, take care of her children, have a job for herself. Jackie, what are you bitter about? That you ain't getting a check? That you're not slowly, assassinating your sister and her children?
Hmm.
Now you're trying to turn her child against her? Like, stop it. I don't want to see Jackie on my screen ever again. I just don't. And then but I also saw some things that didn't match. 5.6 is not diabetic. He's not even diabetic. No, wasn't he 6.5?
Yeah.
He was 6.5. That's diabetic. That's diabetic. Um Child. Okay, so
And
let's
and
get back to this.
Vanessa,
Uh-huh.
I felt for Vanessa in that scene because she is establishing boundaries, and
Mhm.
Jackie does not like that. I noticed that through their in their conversation that Vanessa
Mhm.
established boundaries for her and her family, and
Mhm.
Jackie is trying to dismiss that, and it just lets me know even more that Jackie has always been dismissive of Vanessa's feelings when it's not
Mhm.
to her advantage.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, was she getting like a check because of Vanessa being in her house?
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, everybody in the chat. Okay, so hey, Sunway. Hey, Yanni. Um, let's see who else is here. Hey, Susan. Hey, Deborah. Welcome back, y'all. Hey, Ryan. Hi, Viva. Who else is here? I think I've got everybody. What are y'all in here saying? Scene produce. Yanni says, Jamal, they all like that. Every time they work out in 5 minutes, they say, "Isn't that enough?" Oof. Well, I say the same thing too.
Right. Stop it, Debbie. Stop it.
I know, I know. Didn't you all see her walk in, go leave the bag at the side, and then come over and say hi? Yup. I would have strip searched her at the front gate. Mm-mm-mm. She doesn't want her sister to be small as her.
I think that's
I think it's
absolutely the case.
worse. But I think it's worse. I think she wants to see her in a casket. And I wonder why. It's just very interesting to me, their dynamic. How will Jackie look good if her sister looks good too? They'll compete. Oh my God. Y'all not making Jackie look any better in my head. I don't
Jackie
know.
looked terrible. Jackie looked terrible on all fronts. On all fronts,
Mm-hmm.
because Vanessa moved away from you to live a healthier lifestyle, and so you're trying to bring that unhealthy lifestyle into her life.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was blatant. It was calculated. I did not like that because one, you brought her to her house in a plain bag. That's first of all, and number two, you went to two places at least to pick up that food, so that was premeditated.
Mm-hmm. And you switched out the bags. You
So she didn't know
switched
what
out
you
the
brought.
bags.
So she didn't know what
Yep.
you brought. Because
Mm-hmm.
if she had seen any logo, she'd have told you take that back to the car.
And like someone said in the chat, when she came in, she put that bag up on the patio in the corner
Mm-hmm.
and then came down empty-handed to talk to Vanessa.
Right.
And Yanni says, I didn't know Jackie had children. Now I want to see what they look like. How much you want to bet? Because when she sat there and said to Vanessa, to her face, that junk food is what everybody eats, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, girl, why are you lying like that? Why are you lying to this woman? She
Right.
knows better now. She
Mm-hmm.
knows a better way. And
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if when Vanessa and her children were living at Jackie's house, if Jackie was serving two separate foods. She was serving them all of the junk, but then had something better for her children off of Vanessa's checks.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going to
You
next?
know, so that was I didn't like that at all. What else happened in that first segment? Um, oh, the show opened up with Tina pacifying that overgrown baby Megan and taking her back into this Saturday appointment when the doctor's office is normally closed, because I don't know what doctor's appointment they get to go to where they get to like carry on like this. That office was closed and this was open for filming only. And I love when Dr. Proctor said, "You are 2 years post op, and had you followed the program, you would have been down to 175 pounds. But your dumb backside is 316.2 pounds. Failure." I'm not pacifying Megan.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know how to frame this, but the only thing I can say with Megan is I don't like her on the show.
Mm-hmm.
She is extremely immature,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not just because of the doctor's office visit. It's also when we get there, it was what happened in the hotel room.
Yes.
Tina, Tina has been there for Megan, like been there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the problem Tina's having is when you're a mom and you have your husband, you have 4 children,
Mm-hmm.
you're automatically going to take care of your household. So that's 5 people as a mom who come before you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just my experience. Now, take into account you've taken in 2 squatters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Granted, the squatters are your friends, and one of them being one of your good friends. I understand that helping your good friend out. I applaud that.
Mm-hmm.
But by doing that, you just put 2 more people into your household, which means you put 2 more people ahead of you. So you're going to crack. Now, last episode you said this was supposed to be Tina's appointment. Tina's appointment. This is for Tina. This is for Tina to, to get on track for her.
Mm-hmm.
But this became all about Megan.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a feeling this is why Megan may not have that many friends because she seems to always need attention. And for
Mm-hmm.
someone like me, this is for someone like me, that kind of friend wears on me, and I keep them at um, like we'll say a 3 mile distance because I can't do that. And I think what's happening is, if we hear about this from Tina, the emotional burden of Megan is what's making her crack.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
Listen,
I'm seeing this.
Megan is an emotional vampire on Tina and the rest of this group. She is. She sucks the air out of the room and she feels good about it because the attention is on her and she doesn't realize it's not in a good way.
Right.
Um that appointment was a waste of time for Tina because the 10 pounds that she keep losing and gaining, it has a name. It's named Megan.
Mm-hmm.
And I do agree with, who was it who said that the hotel scene was fake? It was, but again, Megan strikes. Megan is like, "Do you want me to help clean up? Do you I'm just sitting here busy with, getting bombarded by pillows." And then she has a complete meltdown and you do nothing to help your friend. Nothing. You antagonize her children and amp up her children to make even more noise and confusion on top of the mess that they've already made. You complain
Mm.
about the smell in the kitchen like you ain't know that it's there. And then when Tina said, I need to get out of here, let's just go to dinner. What did Megan say? My shoes are at the front door. Let's go. Bitch, you better
Oh,
stop.
let's talk about the kids real quick. When Tina said, "What were you guys doing?" and when that little boy said, "Whatever we wanted to do," I'm like, you know what? Had that been me, and I said that to my mother, I
Mm-hmm.
had no face because she just slapped it clean off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there looking at Megan as she's getting hit by with the pillows. She didn't
Mm-hmm.
say stop not one time. And I'm about to go in a little bit because I'm looking at Megan and her freeloading fiance. Yes, he's a double F, freeloading fiance. He's
Mm-hmm.
sitting up there laughing and playing with those children.
Mm-hmm.
That was her. That was her fiance, right? With the glasses. That's him, right?
I have no idea.
I think
The
that
two
we
of
go. I
them
think that
men
was him.
look the same. The
They
two men
do.
look the same.
They do. I think that was the fiance, and him standing up there laughing while that's going on. I'm like, I don't like neither one of you. And then for Tina to be stressed out, upset, and for her friend not to get up and start cleaning, I'm like, oh no, I'd have kicked you out of my hotel room.
Yep. She was like, do you want me to help? Like that would have sent me over the edge.
I was over the edge for Tina. Because Tina, you probably never gonna see this video, but listen to me. Megan is not your friend. No friend would sit there and see you cry. And to find
Mm-hmm.
out that Tina, we found out from Vanessa that Tina's not a crier. For her to be up there almost on the verge of a breakdown and for her not to offer to help and get the kids in order, like, y'all go help, we're gonna help your mama clean up, that's not your
Mm-hmm.
friend. That is
No.
not your friend. I was highly irritated with that with the hotel scene.
Mm-hmm.
It was a train wreck, and just the utter lack of respect for Tina is really what I mean. I think that was the icing on the cake for me.
Mm-hmm. I just and someone in the I think it was Yanni said, how is Vanessa affording her house, but Megan is in the basement? Um, I've given my theory on that, but I feel like Vanessa's utilizing the money that she's getting from the show, and she is a hustler. Even,
Mm-hmm.
at her biggest, she was still trying to do that reselling of clothes online. She's not going to squander an opportunity like how Megan has. She's not. And that's the biggest difference. And that's why I will like Vanessa, but I cannot tolerate Megan. Megan is a leech. Mm-mm-mm. That whole scene was infuriating to me. Um, then we see that was the scene with Tina and not Tina, with Jackie over at Vanessa's house. We already talked about that. We just talked about the hotel room scene. Then we go all of the ladies assemble over at Vanessa's house. Vanessa, oh, and Tina had another reason why she was so overwhelmed. The insurance company is doing the work at her house. She feels that it's not up to par. But it is what it is because that's what
Mm-hmm.
her policy covers. And I can understand that because construction on a regular day, renovations on a
Mm-hmm.
regular day is frustrating. But then to come back to this and all eight of y'all in one room, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she hasn't smothered somebody during their sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see what's next. They go to Vanessa's house, and that's where Vanessa says that Tina is in a bad way. She doesn't usually cry, but she breaks down. And I think actually saying it out loud was cathartic for her because
Mhm.
she says that she holds a lot of things in. But did you notice that when she said all of her piece, I gotta find, like, everybody was supportive. Ashley, Vanessa, but Megan, what she said wasn't that supportive. I have to find, I think I made a note on it. She bottles up her emotions. Okay. I don't understand what Megan's role is on here, but I'm with you, Jamal. I think she needs to go. Um, she's not, if she is encouraging, I don't believe it anymore.
I
I
think this is
don't
the
believe it anymore.
what you call it? Tina said the contractors were cutting corners. Yep. And
Hmm.
and the insurance company only covers 30 days in the hotel. That has to be stressful. That has to be stressful to not be happy with the construction on your home and to be forced
Hmm.
to go back to your home that you're unhappy with. I can imagine that.
And it's
And
not
then,
finished. And
right,
it's not finished.
insurance company forced them to go back home again. Exactly.
Uh-huh.
It sounded like Tina. She is. It's. She's getting fed up with Meg. Oh, she definitely is. Susan, great point. Not one of them even reached out to hug her. I'll be completely honest. Susan, I agree with you, but I think they were in shock. Vanessa didn't know what to do. She had no clue what to do, and you could see it on Vanessa's face.
I
She
don't
was like,
think they
"What do I
realized
do?"
it was that bad. And
Exactly.
then to see her break down because they know she's the stoic one,
Yes.
it was kind of a shock. But who should have been there to hug her? The person that know everything that's going on, Megan.
Right. And I will say that I have been in a situation where I've had someone like literally just break down on me, and it was such a surprise for them to do that, and I was like, I was stuck. I'm going, and I told them, I said, but I went to them. I said, look, I did not know it was this bad, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure what to do. All I can really do is let you like vent and let it all out because it sounds like you need to. I was stuck. I didn't hug them. I just let them talk because it
Mm-hmm.
just caught me so off guard. And like you said, Megan knows exactly what's going on. She should have
Yep.
been the one. She should have been the one next to Tina. And if you looked at Megan, all she did was stand on her hands like this and look at her like she was crazy.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm sitting here looking at her like, are you serious right now? I can understand Ashley and Vanessa like just not knowing what to do, but
Yeah.
Megan is
Me-
selfish and all about self. Period. Point blank.
yeah.
I don't care what nobody says.
Because I think she didn't even acknowledge it that much. She just like started talking about herself, her meeting with the doctor. And do you
Right.
notice that her description of the doctor's visit was a whole lie? It was a whole lie. She never once mentioned her meltdown. And did you
Nope.
see Tina's face? Tina was like,
Yeah. Well, later in the scene, she did say like there was kind of a big fight, but it wasn't. There was no detail into what really happened.
mm-hmm.
She
It's
conveniently left that part out.
no accountability whatsoever. Oh
Let's
my
get to this. I'm gonna talk
God.
about the weigh-in before we move on. Now, this
Uh-huh.
weigh-in. Did anyone else catch that low key weight wise? Vanessa is the lightest one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that is some amazing type mess right there because she's put in the work. She's taking accountability. I mean, she's the kind of patient you want to work with. And when that
Mhm.
scale said 280, I'm like, wait a minute. She's the
281.2
lightest.
pounds.
I'm like, she is the lightest one of the group now. And
Yep.
she started off as the heaviest.
And how much you want to bet at least 20 of those pounds is skin?
Oh, at least 20. At
At
least
least
20.
20. It's just,
And
it's like sad.
but it makes me, and this is why I said Megan needs to go. And when you say emotional vampire, I think that's the
Hmm.
perfect um, description. Because I really feel if you got rid of Megan and it was just Vanessa, Tina, and Ashley, I
Hmm.
think they would do so much better because if you know, like every episode, Megan's having a meltdown and someone's always comforting Megan and reassuring Megan.
Hmm.
Always.
Yep.
And
Yep.
imagine like the energy, what could be done if that energy actually went into the collective group to uplift each other.
Yes. Yes. I agree with you on that. But this is where Vanessa, after they do the weigh in, she says, what happened with Jackie coming over and with Jacob, and that how she's really trying to get a grip on this, and she's going to set up this doctor appointment for him and get him checked out, because has he not been to the doctor since he was 13, 14 years old? Like, say what?
Mm-hmm.
What? How do you not take your child to the doctor at least once a year? Does he have all of his immunizations?
But here's the thing, though. We have to think back to where she was all those years ago. What 5, 6 years ago? She wasn't in the best of spaces to take care, like to really think about these type of things. So I could see that happening. If we're being completely honest, based on the information she's given us.
So, wait, Jackie was doing everything for her and her children, but she wasn't having Jackie take them to the doctor.
Correct. That's the way. That's the way it's looking. I'll put it that way.
Cannot. Okay, so we go to the doctor and we in the car, and I almost did a car thumbnail because you know how I love me a car thumbnail, but I
Yep.
didn't because I lucked out and I was able to get the snap of Jackie putting the French fries in her mouth. That's the only
Love
reason
it.
why I didn't do the car. But Jacob is not for it. Jacob is like, I know you want a health kick, but I'm not feeling that right now. I'm okay being Jabba the Hutt. And I got the good life now. You got a cool place to live, and I'm chilling. I'm playing the video games. It took you 44 years to get your act together, so I'm gonna do it in my own time. I'm good. And they get to the doctor's office, and that doctor was like, you are morbidly obese. You is on the verge of death. Your lifespan has been decreased, and you about to not be successful here. I don't know how you have made it this far. My God. His BMI was 63. It's supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be 24.
Mm-hmm.
But he lost 5 pounds though. He's
Right.
now 486.
I want to answer this real quick. Where'd it go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ryan asked, how is Jacob not in some physical pain though? You know what I think it is? I think his weight is more evenly dispersed as he's taller. When you are shorter, it's how it's like you have a lot of weight come in a small package. And I'm going to use Tina as an example because she's petite. So when you're that petite and you have that much weight, all of that weight is compressed in a small space. So it makes you feel everything much more and sooner. Since Jacob's weight is dispersed like more
He's taller.
evenly and he's
Yeah, he's
taller,
taller. Yeah.
he's absorbing the. He doesn't have as much pressure on his joints. There we go.
And
That's what I
he's
was looking
not been
for.
carrying it as long as the women have. They've been
Right.
carrying it for decades, and he's just on his first decade of, well, no, I would say 5 years, because he hasn't been 400 to 500 pounds
Mm-hmm.
for a decade. So he's younger than them,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a boy, so I just so okay, so the last time he went to the doctor, he was 13 and he was pre-diabetic. Now his A1C is 6.5, so now he is officially diabetic. The doctor prescribes that he should do some exercise and work on his diet, and the doctor gives him a target to lose 20 pounds in 1 month and come back. Now, how is he comfortable? How is he comfortable being that big?
Because he saw his mother be that big for so long. Like
Right, but when
I
she
think
said that she was bedridden, didn't that wake up something in him?
he's a child. He's a child,
I don't know.
and he doesn't know any better. Vanessa has just had her awakening, so you can't expect someone at his age to have an awakening just like that. It just doesn't work that way. And he no,
Yeah, but
he's
at
not comfortable.
13, when he was diagnosed as pre-diabetic and he was probably big back then, why didn't
Mhm.
they do something at 13 where you had more control over him instead of waiting till he a full-grown man?
But Vanessa, like I said, you go back 5 or 6 years. Vanessa was not in that headspace. She was.
But who took him to the doctor then?
How much you in bed with Jackie?
And so this goes back to me saying that she is trying to assassinate this woman and her children.
You could be right.
Jackie, what did Vanessa do to you? Jackie got a lot of explaining to do. A
And with
lot.
Jacob, and what we were all at that age at one point. So when our parents were trying to make us do something, we weren't going to listen. We would rail against it. I think he, how can I put it? I don't think he understands what could happen to him. Like, when you tell a child, like, if you don't do this, you could die. In their mind, they're like, well, we all gonna die anyways. We ain't gonna live forever. I got time.
Mhm.
Anyway, he's looking at that in that kind of mindset, and he's not looking at it as she's trying to prevent him from going down the same road that she did, and she went through a lot of situations due to her weight, and he's not connecting the two for some reason. And I get it. He's young. I get it, but he's not understanding that you're at, like, diabetes is the beginning stage of issues. And he's not seeing that. He's looking at diabetes as a singular issue, not
Mhm.
understanding that diabetes is just a start for other issues.
Well, look what Ryan says. I wonder if he has any friends, or maybe he just has virtual video game friends.
Mm-hmm.
He's not living the life of an 18,
Right.
19-year
Because
old.
he's talking about being in the house on the
And
couch playing games.
and then Steven says Jacob thinks that he doesn't have to worry until he's older. Wow. And then Jackie is trying to hurt them in her opinion. I agree with you, Steven. Ryan says that doctor didn't go through all the diabetes complications he has to contend with, at least not on camera. That'll wake him up. Again, I feel that she probably did, but they edit it because that's apparently not useful information to any of us who might be in the same situation, right? But this goes to show me that this boy is truly uneducated in life and everything that's going on with him, because once that doctor starts rolling off all of the complications that could go on with you with regards to diabetes, and
Mm-hmm.
what prescription was written for him? He is diabetic. Was he put on metformin at that appointment? Was he given the glucose monitor to check his
Mm-hmm.
sugar? What is going on? 6.5 is not good. At the very least, he should have been given metformin. And I am not a
Mm-hmm.
doctor. I am not a doctor. I'm only going based upon my mom's situation and what I got to go through every day with it. But I'm just shocked. Shocked. And then he comes out of that appointment and he's still flipping about the whole situation. Well, then get off my damn couch and go die someplace else. Done.
Mm-hmm.
I got another kid. I know, and I'm saying that as a person who's not a parent. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's just mind-boggling to me. I don't like how they edited this at all.
Right.
I don't like it. I bet their mom died the same way or some other codependent way. Sadly, they don't understand. They'll die faster, even though they're so dependent on each other. Hmm. Do you really think that she's that mentally unstable to have those terrible feelings toward her sister and the kid? Yes, but I don't think she realizes it. That's the sad thing. I think this is all subconscious. I think she has some form of animosity towards her sister that has gone unresolved, because why else would you know this food is bad. You know
Mm-hmm.
your sister was sick. You know her children are overweight, and you keep on feeding them the same thing even though she has run away from you
Mm-hmm.
and is trying to do better, and yet you're coming over there and sabotaging her and her kids even though she's told you don't do that. Something wrong with Jackie. That's the problem. He thinks he's young. I don't think it woke him up. Me neither.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing 10 things at once and trying to listen and check. No worries, Deborah. We know that everybody's busy. You multitask, and if don't worry about it. Steven says, it makes me wonder if Jackie is set to inherit Vanessa's dog. Child. But humans always believe it won't happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Ryan says it should have been put on. He should have been put on metformin, prescribed the glucose monitor, and referred to a dietitian. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yanni says, I take metformin every day to avoid even developing diabetes because my genetic, and I'm not even pre-diabetic. Wow. Wow. But you have like a big family history of it, I'm assuming. Yanni. Everything usually is the money related. Wow. Unknown, you don't eat this way for real. Wow. Um, Miriam Amar. Hi, Miriam. I was surprised that he was not prescribed for his diabetes. Exactly. Or maybe they didn't. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Because it's a
Mm-hmm.
medical appointment, they might not want to show what is being prescribed because that is personal information. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. Okay, so Sunway says, I'm tall, so my weight is on my arms, thighs, stomach, around my waist, breasts. Started on slim injection in December. Sazenda? I'm horrible with medical names, so apologies. Have lost some weight now. Really? Congratulations, Sunway. I'm pretty much in the same boat. My doctor's been telling me to exercise for like 2 years now. I don't have time. I literally don't have time. Ryan Rounds, 6.5 A1C is not a terrible starting number. No, it isn't. Because my mother hovers between 6.1 and 6.7, depending on how badly I cook. But she's on metformin. And he thinks that that's stable. He prefers it lower, though. If he does what he's supposed to do, he could go into remission. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I usually play girl. Thank you so much. Oh, no worries, Deborah. We appreciate you whenever you come. As we appreciate all of you in our live chat. But he really has to make the lifestyle change. Yep. Yep. Oh, Viva, you're part of our replay crew. Thank you. Everyone that didn't have diabetes type 1 now have diabetes type 2. I'm fighting my genetic as hard. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Well, I'm here with you, girl. That's in my future as well. So, hey, it is what it is. Diet control and exercise could bring it under control. My thyroid doesn't work. I can't control my weight if it's not working. Oh my god. The injections have stopped my sugar craving and can't eat so much. Oh, I need to get that injection. Um, beat those genes. I believe in you. Oh, Stephen, you are the sweetest. Oh my gosh. All right. So the last segment is them, Vanessa getting all the gals together to go to boxing slash kickboxing
Mhm.
workout. You know what? I enjoy these segments the best because they're showing options to people. It
Right.
seems engaging and different, and if it's motivating, because if these women at their size, and yes, I know they do say after 5 minutes, aren't we done yet? But it's relatable, but it's inspiring to see these women getting up and going and doing these activities. And for someone like me, who it's hard to get out and do anything but the bare necessities,
Mhm.
um, I admire them for it. I'm not gonna lie. I admire them for it. I just don't want to see Megan.
Right.
What the guy shows them like a couple of punches and what to do. He takes them over to the heavy bag, and or it's a heavy bag. What's that called?
It's a heavy bag.
The heavy bag. It looked like a
Mhm.
teardrop though. I'm used to the
Right.
long ones.
Yeah.
This one's different. I guess they've changed stuff since I look, the last time I looked at boxing, like Mike Tyson was heavyweight champion. This was pre-ear bite. Do you know that he lived a few blocks away from me?
Who?
Mike Tyson.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he lived by the train.
Oh wow.
Yep, we're around the same age, but I remember him as a kid.
Oh my
Violent.
god.
Yes. Fighting was the best thing that could have happened to him. Gus taking him upstate and getting him into fighting, he probably would have wound up with the wrong people
Mhm.
and 6 feet under, like most of the young boys that grew up with me. I can tell you for a fact, most of the young men that I grew up with in Brooklyn are either past. Yeah, because the few that got out and went into the military, when one of them came back on leave, and somebody made him pass
Mhm.
by accident. Like if you got out, you went into the military.
Mhm.
But once you got out, don't come back.
Right.
But yeah, you either wound up 6 feet under or in jail. That's where I came
Mhm.
from. This is Brooklyn, late 70s, early 80s. This is like where the beginning of the crack epidemic happened.
Mhm.
It was crazy where I grew up. And think about it. I came from a Caribbean island, semi-decent life, emigrated to the States, and came right as crack was starting out to
Wow.
Brooklyn. Yeah, I got dumped into the deep end of the pool, but I survived. I made it out. But that's because my mother knew a better way. I knew a better way. And we just stuck close. And as more family came over with us, we stayed together.
Right.
But to say that I would go and mix and mingle, no,
No.
no. Mm-mm. And what do you call it? I was one of those latchkey kids. Like I had a key to the
Right.
apartment. I come home. My next door neighbor was Jamaicans, so I was allowed to speak with them because we were of the same culture, and we would come home together. We would go to school together. Yeah, it was interesting, but um, I don't know, like how Vanessa's fighting for her child and how he is talking back. That couldn't have happened in my house.
Yeah, no.
It
I
just
like I, I
couldn't.
like I like having a face, so I kind of knew better.
Yeah,
A face
yeah.
is very important for life, so I chose life.
Mhm. So I don't know. It was pretty good. It may have been unauthorized. Oh, really? Oh. Well, I'm gonna look that up. Do I have Hulu? No, I don't have. I'm gonna ask a friend of mine who got Hulu. So yeah, so each of the ladies goes to the heavy bag and they start he tells them to beat the bag and get their frustrations out, and like they each verbalize what their frustration is. And of course, Megan says her frustration is herself. Go away. Everyone else
Hmm.
has a good way, a good reason for being frustrated. Tina, it's the whole situation with her house. um Ashley, it's her weight situation, and I think she even gave credit to Dr. Connie for helping her realize that she had some suppressed feelings with regards to her father's death. Vanessa is there; she's the last one, and she is fighting for her kid. I wish you luck, Vanessa. I really do. Hopefully he's just pretending for the camera, and he is actually making an effort to get his health in line. He's too young to be on this path, period. um Hold on. Even Megan knew it. I loved it when Megan was narrating the bag punches for Tina. Oh my
Right?
god. Oh my god. But that's the episode, y'all. We went through everything. I enjoy this show so much more than the sister show. Um I feel encouraged for these women. I root for these women. Well, three of the four. Um I don't know. I think it's nice. Yes, do I see the production in it? Yes, I do. But the storylines are relatable, and that's it. Let me
Agreed.
see. Vanessa beat the crap out of the weight bag. Needed to beat up Jackie the feeder. Oh, that wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad. Funny how one season can change. We loved Megan, and further we got to know her for real. Yes, yes.
Hmm.
It's my same thing with Amanda. I really liked her. But as I continued seeing her, I saw things in her that I didn't like. I just feel with Megan, she's wasting my time and she's wasting these women's time, and they have goals to meet. Megan, if you don't want to waste your meet your goal and you waste your opportunity, that's on you. But
Hmm.
don't impede on these women and their success. I only root for one. I don't see Ashley wanting that either. I'm hope Listen, last season I didn't see it. I didn't see Ashley wanting it bad enough. I hope once she gets past this situation with regards to her father and continues meeting with Dr. Connie,
Hmm.
that I'll see a change in her. But good point, Yanni.
I think with Ashley, Ashley dwells on her failure from the first surgery.
Hmm.
There's two things stopping her. One is the issues with the stem from her father passing and her tied to her eating.
Hmm.
And the second one is that she hasn't moved past the first failure.
Hmm.
That's another mental block. I think those are the two mental blocks that I see so far that she's got to get over. And I really feel that Megan needs to go because she's a deterrent for Ashley and the whole group.
Hmm. I agree. I agree. And hopefully Dr. Connie will have more sessions with her with regards
Yes.
to helping her like overcome her perceived failure, and go into this surgery in a better frame of mind so she can come out with a positive perspective, because I feel if she doesn't address that, she'll go in with negativity and negative results will come out.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about the preview and Megan talking about getting married before moving out Tina's? Oh, Ryan. Oh my God. Jamal, you take this.
All I have to say is this: if you have the money to get married, you have the money to move out of Tina's house.
Mm-hmm.
Now, her basement. That's all
Yeah.
I have to say.
But
And
did
hold,
you,
and hold
but
on.
was it Tina who said you getting married and you in my basement?
Right. And my whole thing is this though: if y'all have money, like if you have money to get married, you have a job, which means you bring in income. So if you're bringing in income, how come Tina's working on a light budget for food? Just saying.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
I I just like Megan is so oblivious to everything around her. I don't understand how Megan feels that it's okay. I don't understand how Megan thought it was okay to bring her and her fiance up in that woman basement and to be living there this long. Now you want to get married and still be in the basement, and you're
Mm.
not seeing any problems with that? How is he not seeing any problems with that?
Mm.
Sorry.
Mm.
Sorry. I
Mm.
I could like as I would never be attracted to a man who thought that that was okay. You're my fiance and you think it's good that we living up in my friend basement. You're not providing for me.
Let me put it this way, Debbie. Honestly, I understand what you're saying, but you tend to attract what you are.
True. So both of them is bum bitches.
I mean, I'm gonna say Debbie said that, y'all. I'm supposed to hear a nod in agreement, but it wasn't me who said it though.
Miriam says some friends are parasitic. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Megan might dump the fiance just so she can stay up under Tina's rent free. I bet it couldn't have been my house.
And I say this all the time. I do in certain aspects. I do have kind of old school values, but it's just the way I was raised. And okay, I'll put this. I'm gonna speak for my culture and my upbringing. In our culture, women don't like a man who's not working. It's one thing if the man, you get together and the man loses his job for whatever reason. Cool, the woman's there. The woman's gonna support you. But in my culture, when the woman is the one getting up and going to work every day trying to make it happen for both of y'all, and you're not doing anything, resentment does build up. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually it's frowned upon. Like even if okay, honest, even where I grew up, even if the man was out there hustling on the corner somewhere, he was hustling to get the money for the family.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. But for a man to lay up in the bed while his woman is out going to make the money, uh uh, nope, 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 nope. And
Not happening.
and I'm saying in my culture, mothers will tell their daughters, don't ever get with the man who don't have a job or some kind of hustle, because if you do, you are going to be in a world of hurt and you can't come around crying broke.
Mm-hmm.
And with Megan, I hate to put it this way, Megan will take anything that will show her some attention.
Okay. Yanni, you pay too much attention to what I be saying. But yes, Miriam, I do believe that Tina is staying rent free in that basement in exchange for getting. Wait, Megan is staying rent free in Tina's basement in exchange for the TLC check that they're cutting Tina. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. But that goes out the window once my whole house is flooded. And if I find out that Megan had anything to do with that, I'm going to be even pissed. Do we know what happened?
They haven't said yet. They haven't said exactly what happened.
I would love to know what happened.
And hold on real quick.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yanni and Ryan understand. And Debbie, I think you understand exactly what I'm saying. Like,
Mhm.
ooh, the woman going to work and the man's
Oh,
not working. Oh,
I will be the first to say I will be broke on my own, but I'll be damned if I'm going to be broke in a relationship with a bum.
yes.
No, no,
Oh,
uh-uh.
1000%. I mean, that's just the. And people, sometimes people I talk to, they like, oh my God, that's just such an old way of school of thinking. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, I always tell people, I'm okay struggling and being broke by myself if I'm trying to make things happen for myself. But I'm not going to get with someone who's just as broke or broker and not trying to do anything. And
Mhm.
Megan and her fiance aren't trying to do anything.
Nope. And I want to know how long they said they was going to stay there.
That's
Because
another thing.
they always come in, we're only going to be here for a few months, and then it turned into a decade.
Right.
Hell no. Nope, 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 nope. I don't know. I don't know. Emily, she was getting some. Excuse me. Okay. It must kill. Well, look. I don't think anyone in that house is getting anything. And God, oh my God, what if she lives in one of those houses, right? Where if you go near one of the air vents, you can hear what's going on in another room. Can you imagine?
Okay, so Sunway says must kill a sex life to live in someone's basement. Okay,
Mhm.
I understand that, but you know what else kills a sex life? The lack of funds. I'm sorry. Uh,
Or being in the same hotel room and the bed next, like y'all ain't in high school.
no.
I got my man in this bed, and you and your man in the next bed, and your kid sleeping on the floor. Great move,
Mhm.
Tina. Mm.
I had to tell a friend of mine, like a couple years ago, and
Mhm.
she was dating somebody, and she had gotten with him, and then he lost his job, and like she was getting flack from her friends. I'm like, okay, I get it. They're looking out for you. I said like, well, did he lose his job after you got together? She's all yes. I'm like, that is okay. But here is the thing though. I told her straight up, do not get suckered into taking care of an able-bodied grown man. You give him a timeline. I said, you tell him like, you know what, baby, I got us covered about, we'll say 3 months to 6 months top. He needs to be out there looking for a job, trying to do something. Don't let him keep pushing. Don't let him keep coming up with excuses. Stick to your deadline. Whatever deadline you need to, stick to it. And if he can't like fulfill his part of the finances and however he has to, he needs to go stay with his family.
Mm-mm.
Now, I've also told people don't get with somebody who doesn't have a steady, stable income. You can have your
Mhm.
side hustles, but they need to have a steady, stable income.
With benefits,
Yeah, and people
because I'm
be
not putting
mad.
you on my insurance.
People be mad. Say it's archaic. Say it's old school thinking. But in a relationship, it's each person should be bringing something to the table. And don't
Mhm.
give me like, oh my gosh, He supports me emotionally. Emotional does not pay the gas bill when it's due. I'm sorry. It just don't. You
No.
can't take emotional support to Safeway and get you, a head of lettuce and some ranch dressing. They're not gonna take emotional support as payment. Cash money,
Mm-hmm.
please.
Yep. Yep. Okay, y'all. That was the show. I have so much fun talking about this show,
Mm-hmm.
except for Megan. So this was Thousand Pound Best Friends Season 2, Episode 3, Carry On Wayward Son.
Oh, real quick, before we go, sorry. I know we have to
Uh-huh.
go to Miami real quick. Here's
Yeah.
the thing. I don't remember who said it. Tina, she couldn't afford the deductible for the insurance. That's why I believe she and Megan said, "Come live here and help me out with the mortgage." If Megan has enough money to get married, she has enough to help out with that deductible. Okay, I'm done.
Mm. But Tina's husband is working too. Like, I don't get it. Something's weird going on there, but whatever. Tina, you made your bed. Now you gotta lie down in it and be bridesmaid at Megan wedding.
Right.
All right. So Jamal, any final thoughts on this mess?
Nope, we're good.
Yay! So, guys, if you're interested, if you want to hang out with us again, come back in a few minutes. We're doing the Real Housewives of Miami. Things are heating up. All right. So, Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
All right, y'all. Bye.